What's up, guys? This is going to be an informal video for the Techrocraft-ALO server, which is a Minecraft server based off Alfheim Online. It is more of the MMORPG feel, though, not the anime, as you will notice several times. Spriggans.
Yeah.
Alright. In this video, since it's gonna be more informal, it's not gonna have much editing. We're just gonna show you all how to do it, how to go through spawn, and all the major locations and how to get there. And the people going to be accompanying me is Dorkable Person and that person over there.
Oh, thanks.
Skiggling.
Anyways, we'll take it through by choosing Imp because I'm an Imp. What you'll do is you'll click the sign. It's going to ask you to confirm because if you don't want that race, decide now because there's no changing.
Unless you donate.
You can either click the sign or just type /svs yes. Once you do that, you're moved to the group of Imp. I already know the spells, but it will teach you a list of spells and it will warp you to their spawn. Like, Imps have Dark Bullet, Dark Aurora, Demon Armor, and Imp Vision and Sacrifice. Once you get to your spawn, you will be... Most spawns, stuff is easy to find, but there are some spawns where the people who built it didn't make it that easy.
What's up?
I'm hinting towards Sylph and Spriggan.
Stealth is amazing.
Imp's one of the more simplistic ones. The shop and the Warpstone shop are over there. I'll get to that in just a second. Stuffer sold in shop. The shop prices are controlled by the leader, and they gain all profits because coming up in the new update, there will be charges for territories to be expanded if you want infinite items inside shops and things like that. And since they control the prices, they can charge however much they want. Most of the shops inside spawns, though, will have the basic stuff like armor, weapons. Only a few shops control it, but most of them have breaking 10, which you can bring it to an op, and they will put it on your item. It'll sell basic items, diamond, gold, stuff like that, and basic food. Most stuff can be found in the multi-race city, which we'll get to later. Once you get all that, and money's gained through jobs, quests, and just from mob drops in general.
Yep.
I'll get to those later as well, because I don't even have some, so I can go through that with you. Alright, in order to get to major places, like the PvP arena, tutorials, magic shops, world tree, and a few dungeons, there are warp crystals provided for you, which I'll show you in just a second. But if you want to get to other spawns, like you want to go to the Sylph or the Leprechaun spawn, you're actually going to have to fly there, and I'll show you how to use your wings in just a second after we go to the tutorial and the magic shop.
Or teleport to someone else who lives there.
Yeah, or you can do that. Okay, so in order to get stuff from the shop, you're going to want to right-click it, and it'll buy it for you. And usually you can look above and it'll tell you the price, or look below and it'll also tell you the price, like you saw over there in that shop. Now, let's see, which one was this? We're still the tutorial. Alright. In order to activate the stone, you also right-click and it will warp you there. In here, you will be told the basic stuff, like train your stats to get stronger, defeat dungeons to go through, and gain gear to become even more stronger. As just like in the anime and Alfheim the game period, your ultimate goal is to beat the world tree, and the first race if you get there becomes the Alf.
Though note, World Tree can't be taken on until all races have leaders, which hasn't been accomplished yet.
Yeah. The world tree has been locked by the Fairy King until all races have leaders. So there's the first goal for all of you. This does have an HP system. You can kill vanilla monsters and bosses. They just have to be naturally spawned. Stuff that are from spawners do not work towards that EXP. And in order to get that, you just, to check your XP, you type /HP, and it will give you your experience, how much you need to get, and stuff like that. The cap right now, I believe, is at 80, but it will be raised when people start to actually get there. Like, right now I have the most, and I have 60. 60.
Good lord.
And it takes a while after that. Okay.
Sure.
Now, for magic, since this server is based off Alfheim, it does have magic. So, there are the spells that I listed before that you get. Each race gets their own specific type, and then you can buy them, and I'll show you that in just a second when I use the magic warpstone crystal. But in order to use your wings, it's actually a magic spell. So you want to type /C, excuse me, sorry, your race name, which mine is Imp, so that, and then wings. It'll activate your wings, and it'll give you this neat little particle effect that represents your race. Like mine is a dark race, so it will give me portal dark effects. Sylphs are fast and green, while leprechauns are,
You know.
there are quests, but right now they're only located. There's some located in the beginner dungeon, which the warp crystal was in the shop. We might show you that at the end. It depends on how long this lasts. And there are some in Katano, which is the multi-race city where everyone's allowed. Just like in Alfheim, if you go to a race spawn, another race spawn, you can't attack them, but they can attack you. But in the multi-race city, everything is fine. You don't need to worry about it. There are raids as well. Raids require a minimum certain amount of people in order to go to it. Well, dungeons you can solo or go with a party.
So no interacting with other races.
Yeah. Unless the dungeon states otherwise, you are not allowed to enter with another race. You can be in there since it's not an instance where it teleports you to another location. You can be in there, but if you get caught battling a boss with another race, mega trouble. Elves can be with anyone, so if you have an elf friend, you don't need to worry about that because they can run with anyone because they're the ultimate race. Alright, since we're in the tutorial, I'll actually show you all the rules and read them to you so you all know. And maybe explain some if the people I'm recording this with think it should be explained.
Yeah.
Okay, rule number 1, be respectful. That's obviously, come on guys, just be respectful and know what to do. Don't be mean or anything. Be ethical.
Pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, it's about the same thing, just reworded. Use common sense. I can't stress that one enough. There are several people on who don't know how to use common sense, and that's one of the most frustrating things ever. You really want to be able to use common sense and just, before you type, think about what you're going to say, and if it's something pretty obvious, don't ask it, or just Google it. If it's something hard that you just want to find out, go ahead, ask it. We'll be sure to help. This rule, the next rule, I just don't like caps, so no caps. You can do caps like at the start of a sentence and stuff.
Just no full caps.
Yeah, you just can't type a full sentence in caps or stuff like that. Sorry, but I just don't like caps. It's annoying. Okay, the next 2 rules are mega important. No flying in dungeons unless otherwise stated. The reasons being, it's a rule, and I can't disable it because there's no way to disable just the wings in a certain area because you can just activate it beforehand and then go into the area. So it's a mega rule. It uses the honor system. If it catches happening, I break your armor, and you have to re-get armor. No running dungeon with other races. Like I said before, I can't stress enough, don't do it unless otherwise stated. The next one, my favorite rule of all, no complaining. Some stuff are still in beta. I understand, we're working hard to complete it, so just don't complain. Maybe say something about it, we'll see if there's anything done. If not, and it's how it's supposed to be, I'm sorry, no complaining. No hack clients or cheating. I know a lot of you people use like, what is it, RES map, mini-map or something?
I guess.
I know you like using that stuff, but it can show some special stuff that I don't want seen yet, and I can't have people finding that stuff before it's released, so sorry. No mindless or unrole-playing griefing. Now, some people get confused by this because it is really worded weirdly. There is no griefing, but if it's during times of war, you can grief the spawns and stuff because that's how war is. but you can't just go and grief someone's house. That's just a no. It's mindless. It's pointless. It's not roleplay like. And this is a roleplay server, so you have to go along with those rules.
And also, if you do it, you're a horrible person.
That too. Okay. Right. And the next, no setting homes in dungeons. Even though you can go back to them, just don't set your home there. It's really bad, and just don't do that. Alright. No. Next rule, no PvP logging. Now, there's a difference between PvP and PKing. PvPing is when you're in combat with another person willingly, and you, I guess, submit to it? I think it's the right wording for it.
You bring it upon yourself.
Yeah, you accepted the challenge. That's PvP. PKing is when someone's trying to come and attack you. That's allowed. You can warp away from that. But if you're in combat and you do it, it's against the rules and you will receive punishment. What is it? There's 2 rules saying no setting homes in dungeons or boss rooms. Guess that one's stressed a lot. Okay, rule 13. This one uses the honor system as well, and that means any rule that has the honor system, major punishment even more than it should be, because I'm trusting you all. And that's no quest cheating. I don't know how to get quests to work with certain things, so I have to just trust you guys to work with it and be good, to not cheat and follow what it says. Like some quests ask for you to kill a certain boss, but set it to a mob that the boss was. You can just go kill a mob that. If I catch you doing it or someone tells me about it with screenshots, you're in big trouble. I'm sorry. It'll probably result in a ban.
And we are watching.
And we are always watching. Okay. Next rule. This is the last couple rules. Don't insult staff. I don't care how mad you are or if they did something bad. Just don't insult them. Message the owner on the website or something. Just don't insult them, because that will get you in worse punishment.
It's breaking more rules than that, basically.
Yeah. And these last 3 rules, these are highly stressed because it is the most annoying thing ever. If someone new joins and they ask what race is best or something, don't answer. Just don't tell them.
Tell them to Google it.
Tell them to Google it. Don't let them choose their own race, because if you tell them a race and they click that race and join it and they find out they don't like it, that's also on you. The next one is mob spawning unless via capture spells are strictly prohibited. You can't get mob spawner eggs unless it was done by the capture spell. Capture spells are via Kate Sith, and that means they can change monsters into their egg form and distribute them willingly and sell them. If you get an egg somehow that's not through that, and I find out about this, you are dead. And any easy mob grindings are strictly prohibited. Now, I know you people just want to build like a quick dark area to farm mobs. That's okay, as long as it's hand built and it's not using water to bring it easy to you. If you find a mob spawner, that's great, good for you. But don't build a series of water slides to bring monsters to you for easy killing. This is an MMORPG basis. Don't do it. Come on now. And that's all the rules for that. I'll teach you how to do some quick spells, and then we'll go to the magic shop to show you that. Okay, let me explain race magic to you as well. Every race gets different based on the thing. Like, leprechauns have blacksmithing type magic, and sylphs have wind based, and imps have dark based, while spriggans have illusion, and so on and so on. Each race has 1 attack, 1 support, 2 others, and an OP one. The OP one requires more mana than you're going to start with. That gives you a goal to work for to get stronger. And currently, right now, the max you can get is 600. That's just enough to cast your OP spell. Like, the OP spell for every race costs 600. If it says you don't have enough requirements or regiments, that means you're trying to cast the OP spell, and that means you don't have enough mana. If it's something other than that, like leprechauns require some iron, I think it is.
Yeah. Also, yeah.
If it says you don't have enough of that, try to search, do the /C help. That's not how you spell help. And then the spell name, and hopefully it will tell you some stuff about it and what it requires. If it doesn't, I'm trying to fix that up in the new update. We're trying to work with a bunch of spells and get everything worked out. Other than that, you can upgrade your mana by spending in-game money. In-game. The first is 400k, 400,000, and that's to get the Adept for 300 mana. Once you have Adept, you can upgrade to Master. Master is 600 mana. Now, of course, soon there will be things inside dungeons and quests to give you more than that, because the cap is at 3,000, and once you get that, you're indestructible. But soon
Things will be added, so
things will be added to give you more. Currently, other than if you want to get past 600, sadly, I'm sorry, the only way currently is to donate and get the 100 mana each time for like, I don't know, $3 or so. I forgot what it was. We'll visit that later, near probably the end of the video. And, oh yeah, that just reminded me, since about the wings. Wings, just like in Alfheim, they're 10 minutes. Your wings last for 10 minutes, or that's what the inside the anime said. And after that, you have to kind of rest your wings. Now, this spell, it starts the cooldown as the spell starts, so that means if you deactivate your wings or something happens, I'm sorry, the cooldown was set for 90 seconds after the spell was fully complete, so I can't really do anything about that, I'm sorry. Alright, now I'll take you guys to the magic shop and show you some of the stuff there. Here you can use in-game money to buy all the spells in this, varying prices and effects. Like, there's Blink, which teleports you to a block you're looking at in a certain distance. I always recommend these spells to people. Repair, and I think it's over. Repair and food. Repair, 2 iron ingots, it repairs your entire armor. It's always great to keep your armor.
My favorite spell.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite too. Food, once you cast it, it gives you 2 food bars, 2 food little thingies, which is really great. You could save on food. This server has many RPG items that are gainable and soon being added into dungeons. The dungeons are already dropped some right now. Once you get everything from here, you can. There's another magic shop, but it's only available for advanced fairies. And an advanced fairy, most people don't understand what it is. It's basically a fairy, but with greater power and more responsibility.
And each race, each race each race has different qualifications to be advanced fairy. So,
yeah.
Talk to your leader.
If you want to become advanced fairy, you have to talk to your leader, and they already set requirements for it. If your race doesn't have a leader, sorry, you can't be an advanced fairy just yet.
You can try to be a leader, though.
Yeah, you can try to be a leader. The requirements for leader are set. You have to have a minimum of 30 hours. If your race has a default spawn, meaning you've never had a leader before, you have to build a spawn. And if it does have a previous leader, then you just have to contribute to the server by building something, or just get approved for the tower. To get approved, you have to talk to an admin. Now, you might have just heard me say tower and ask what that is. Once you get approved for battling the tower is called the Tower of Leaders. And that, well, actually, let's go there right now. Alright, the Tower of Leaders, it's a huge place. And once you get approved, you will go in here and fight bosses specifically made for your race, making it a challenge for you. Each floor gets harder and harder. After you get past the first floor, you will go to the second floor and then the third floor. After you beat the third floor, you then can become the leader of the race. After you become that, you can control the economy of your race, and you also get, if you don't already have it, you get the 600 mana to use your OP spell, because you're the leader and should have that. Inside the races, though, because we've already had one person ask, and multiple people ask about it. Inside the races, there are individual ranks that you can set up, like General or Helper. Those are inside the races and not official ranks. Generals are... Everything is set by the leader itself. Alright. I guess we can go show them different race spawns right now.
Place to leprechaun.
You've
That we are.
You've already seen Imp. Let me go show you probably the best race spawn.
Oh. Yeah.
This was built by the Sylph leader.
Wee wee. Wee wee.
And it's probably the most accurate one here when it comes to accuracy towards the anime and pictures posted on the wiki. It's big.
It's also still under construction.
Yeah, it's big and still under construction. If it's ever complete, we will never know.
That is a question.
It has I think for accuracy-wise, the only thing that's missing is the thing that connects towers, but that isn't that important. Other than that, it's pretty darn great. It even has the Lord's Manor, which I didn't even know about, which is saying something.
Exactly.
Let's go over and show them. I'm actually, for people who want to be Spriggans, I'm actually going to show you ways through this because it's confusing as mess. What you're going to want to do, actually I won't fly, I'll walk for y'all. Once you get spawned in here, you'll walk. If you want to find the warpstone area, it's right over there. Just dot dot dot. And you can buy it over there. As for items, I'm not fully sure.
I think they're over here.
Here's a little guidepost. Let's see. That's the
Arena. Yeah, items are over here.
The arena that looks like I am so sorry for airplanes. We live right next to a military base.
It's fun.
The arenas, they look like they're from the Sylph. We don't know what's up. Main spawn ahead. Market ahead. Yeah. I'm showing signs. Calm down. It was right next to there, so it's not that hard to find. In this, okay, they do have a bunch of stuff. All right, they have every freaking food available. Wow, and seeds and weapons. All right, sweet. That's pretty cool. I don't know what this is. What is this? Breaking 10. Don't like that, but all right. They sell armor, weapons, stuff like that. All right. One more spawn, and then we'll go show them the multi-race city.
I mean, a lep is here, so we might as well go lep.
Yeah, let's go work the leprechaun spawn.
That sucks.
It's under construction, to say the least. And it is that building. That's it.
But it's got a highlight of everything.
That's it. Oh.
The golden pickaxe.
They have some special stuff, like the amazing, notorious glowing pickaxe. It gives you night vision too. It does 2 damage. And, each race has their own armor. It is either hidden or available for right off the purchase, like you just saw me fly over here. And each one is an RPG item, so don't worry about that. It adds...
I've explained RPG items.
I will explain that in just a second when I go through a list. RPG items, it's obviously a plugin. If you don't know what that is, it's an item. It's a bucket plugin that allows you to make custom items. The armor is the same for every race. It's a different color and name. We didn't want to give them something too special, but it's something out there to represent your race. All of it gives you 5% armor for a total of 20% armor. Wow.
Good math job.
That was something. Leprechaun's still majorly under construction. I think at the end, near the end of the video as well, I'll start explaining all of the what race each race is, so you all kind of know if you joined because of this video or just need help. You know what to look for or what you want to choose.
Maybe get a gist of their magic.
I
said maybe get a gist of their magic.
Yeah, maybe I'll show different magic as well. Let's go over to the multi-race city, Katano. Pronounce however you want. There's no official word.
It's Katano.
It's whatever you want. Alright, and this is the multi-race city. It contains a market, which I will show you. Oh, one quick thing. This is not a pathway. This is the pathway. Don't go over here. Look at that. Look at that. We have to keep repairing this farm. Don't do it, guys. I like that. Yeah, down the end of the market, you come this way. Right here is the quest hall. You got a bunch of stupid miner. A bunch of quests. It's a chain quest. You have to go starting from miner, you go down to Lilisk, and after Lilisk, you go to Black God, and then you go down to Jester. After you beat Jester, you're able to take on the Cleric quest. The Cleric quest gives you Battle Healing X. It's healing spell. It's a passive. You can't cast it appropriately. It's pretty tough. I don't think anyone's gotten Battle Healing X. You can buy, once you become an Advanced Fairy, you can buy Battle Healing. Battle Healing is Region 2 for 9 seconds, while Battle Healing X is Region 3 for 9 seconds, and has a chance to hit every time you get hit to help you in combat. I've showed you the quest hall. I will show you all the market. This market is the biggest market so far. It contains most of every item that you'll ever need inside the game. As for armor, meat, mining, all that stuff, blocks, and every dye, so you can get the clay and the wool and then the dye. It gives you all that. I think this is Unbreaking X. It probably is. Don't know why it's not in the enchant shop. I was lazy. Get all that. Oh, there are several warps will be added here that won't be in other races spawn, like the Inverted Dragon Den and the Ancient Forest. I think the Ancient Forest is currently down for construction. I'm adding some stuff in there. The Inverted Dragon Den, it's a multi-race raid. It's the end, you can use it for training, but be warned, there are strong monsters there that can kill you, and keep inventory is off in certain areas in that. In the end, and the Nether, keep inventory is off, so if you die there, you're a goner.
Keep inventories on everywhere else, though.
Yeah, it's on in the main world, in the Alfheim land. Oh, protection stones. You can buy diamond ore right here. Other than that, you can use lapis ore or coal ore, and it protects your home from being griefed, just in case. You can also place signs on it because we have locket, and that just basically protects it as a double security. I know that diamond ore is 40 by 40 by 40. The others, I'm not so sure.
I think coal's 10 by 10.
It might be. Not gonna say for fully. It's default, so if you want to just kind of Google it and find out, you could do that pretty with ease. All right, over here, just come over from where you warp in, come down here, and you have the enchantment shop as well as a blacksmith. And these damaged coal things need to be okay. Okay. You can put the enchantment books on. It's the enchantment shop. It has basically every enchantment in here. Some they have all the numbers, and some they just don't. They only have one. You have basically everything, and if you don't want to buy it and you just want to take a chance with luck, there's a public enchanting area up here. And there's one for maximum, and there's one that's just basic.
Low level, high level.
Level, high. It has most of all. I think there's one right. Oh yeah, efficiency. That's one of them that has only one of it where you can go higher, but you have to combine multiple books. You could just buy one, go down here to the anvils, and then slap it on. Right there. This does use MCMMO, and the stats do cap out at 1,000, like how the wiki says. Everything caps out at 1,000. Sorry. Over here, as you can see from that thing that you're not supposed to enter, is the Katana Trader. The Katana Trader has RPG items that you can buy if you want to, after you get started, and craft your own weapons to start getting stronger. Once you get enough money, you can buy stuff in here. The Kirito Longsword, which is 23 damage, I think is 100,000. The Wind Fleuret is 100,000. By the way, if I'm pronouncing this wrong, I apologize. Queen Snipe Blade, that's 130,000. The Follower and the Scythe of Antioch is 200,000. These two are a lot stronger. Okay, this one's stronger. These ones have more damage. Yeah, these have more damage. But thanks to MCMMO, axes do a lot more damage because it has armor penetration. Except for against epic bosses. Epic bosses is a plugin, and for some reason the axes in the MCMMO just doesn't work against them. So I would recommend using a sword, or else you're going to get... The damage will still be the same because its RPG items work properly, but the MCMMO bonuses do not. And you'll notice how some of them say two-handed and one-handed, and some say rapier. That one should say rapier. I'll fix that later. If it is a longsword or two-handed sword, it will add slow. Some longswords will, some won't. If it says two-handed, it's going to add slow digging, and depending on how strong it is or aspects of it, it will have higher slow digging. That just slows your attack rate to add it more of that roleplay feel. There's also the Rage Out Rabbit Stew, and if you understand the reference for that, that's great, because it's inside the anime. That's most of what's in here. While we're in here, every week there's a different event, and obviously the event changes every week, and stuff ranges from collecting items for special event only items to special dungeons. Like this week of what is this week? The 19th through the 25th. It's the Dark Lord event, and you have to go find a castle and defeat it. The first group to defeat it get a special item and a special spell. Last week was the Lost Remnants, where you had to collect lost fragments, and whoever collected 300 would get a lost magic spell, which I'll explain. Actually, I'll explain that right now. We'll go over there. We'll go to donator. You have to go buy things. You can't use. Okay, this is a rule. I gotta break that sign. Fix that later. I can't stress enough. Don't use the /warp command. I know you have access to it because it requires it for the RPG item. Don't use it, please. Just use the warp stones. It's an honor system again, so if I find out you're doing it, it's going to be a harsher punishment. You'll have several warnings because it's not that big of a deal. I just really want people to use the warp stone if they're not going to fly. Okay. Lost magic. Lost magic is a special type of magic, obviously, because it's lost. It needs to find its way. Right now, the only way to get it is through donations, sadly, but soon there will be dungeons added that give you this, and it is a solo dungeon. You cannot do with anyone else. That's probably not going to be added till probably the update after the update that's coming out. And there's a special thing that happens in this. You can also get custom magic, which you give the person who codes the magic details of it, and we will make it specifically for you, and no one else can get it. So far there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 types of lost magic. But inside Godslayer and Dragonslayer, there are multiple elements. Now we have that. Oh, I also have to explain these to you, because there are several people that want it, but it's not fully clear. The character cards. If you want to be your character inside of the anime, your favorite character, or in any anime actually, if you want to be in a character inside, the only thing is, if it's an outside of the anime character, it's going to be a plus $5 charge, sadly. But if you want to be your favorite character inside the anime, you just talk to the owner or an admin that's on, and the cards will be made for you. It adds stats in all of it according to how the character rolls, and you get certain spells sometimes depending on the person. Like the person who got Asuna got a spell called Asuna's Heart, which does mega healing. And someone got Heathcliff as well, and that gave the spell Holy Sword, which you can be seen inside the anime, where he switches between defense and combat quickly. Now that we've explained that, what else do we need to do? We can show him the dungeon. I'm gonna go to the imp so I can just buy a stone there. Let's see, I told him we would... Oh. No. Alright. There we go. That was a broken one. Don't pay attention to that. They'll just use the warp command, but you can go buy them. I'll fix that later. Oh, there is a guild system in here. Currently, in order to get the guild system, get a guild, you have to take the guild quest like you would in any normal MMORPG. Once you beat that, you'll be given a guild scroll, and once you turn that in with 1.2 million in-game dollars, you will be able to create a guild, and you'll also get a special little title in front of your name, like how I have mine in here. I'm the imp leader, as well as I have the guild leader tag that I am the leader of the Techromancy guild.
So me, what's up?
Oh yeah, also that. I'm gonna go into Vanish because I don't want people seeing me.
Oh yeah.
Inside here, there are quests as well, like hymns, a bunch of different stuff. Bosses like Jester and Joker. Once you click the sign, they will spawn. I'm not going to show you because I want the little surprise. There are bosses down there, quests over there. He's moved. The bosses will spawn. There are several bosses inside this dungeon. There are 3 main ones, which you can find easy by following the trail provided for you. But there are also some secrets hidden across the dungeon, because this dungeon is, oh crap, this dungeon is huge. And I have to emphasis on huge, like, it basically a renovated stronghold, and you know how big those are.
It's quite easy to get lost in.
Oh, very easy. Especially since there's opening to regular parts of a mine, and not just that. Let's see. I explained that to him. What else do I need to explain? What was one of the things I said I was going to get to earlier? Get to later in the video.
I mean, other than going over all the races.
Oh, right, the races. Let's go back to spawn.
So, we keep talking about being punished, but we should probably talk about the different levels of punishment.
Oh, right, that's... We should probably do that right now. Alright, different levels of punishment. If it's depending on the rule, like if it's the caps thing, if you can do it after being warned, you'll be muted for 15 minutes. Mostly because I don't want to figure out the seconds and minutes, and I know the one for 15. Thank you, chemistry. You look like an emo skeleton. There's mute if you do a different thing, like I try and keep away from banning because I want you all to stay here and play. I want the community to grow. But, I mean, banning's the worst punishment you're going to get. That's about as bad as it gets, obviously.
You have to do a lot of bad things.
You have to do a lot of bad things. Unlike most servers, I use the jail system. I will jail you for a while, and if you don't shut up in jail, I'm just going to make it so you can't talk in the jail. Oh well, sucks for you. I usually don't stick you in for long. I think the max time I put you in there for is a week. But,
yep, a week.
And if you do something bad other than that, and you get banned, oh well, sorry, you probably did something really stupid and you deserved it. But muting, jail, and banned. I have a hard time with that. Okay, but here's the thing: if you commit a crime and you get accused of one, you cannot become the leader. There's no possible way because they have to have a clean slate. They can't be in trouble. Also, if you get in trouble and your race does have a leader, they can exile you. Exiling you gets put in a special group. Obviously, with exile after the race name, it's not that special. But you'll have less permissions than you do as a normal player, and you're not allowed to visit a race spawn. You can only go to the main city. And it can suck sometimes. Obviously, you can't compete in events. Like every other Saturday, like every 2 Saturdays, there's a main event in Katano where it does a bunch of stuff. We can find all the details on it on the website's forum. There's a lot of stuff in there, so I don't really want to go over it all. There's a lot of stuff that happens during that, and everyone can participate as long as you're not exiled. Alright, now that we've said that, I will go over each race. Alright, there's the Undyne. They are the water fairies. They have healing-based support magic. The Kate Sith, they are nature fairies, basically. They have a bunch of feline-typed magic as well as nature-based. Like, actually, don't know most of their magic. I didn't make that.
Sharpened claws.
Oh, sharpened claws. I think that you have a chance to get strength 1 every time you do damage. Yeah, she has a list of all of it, which will be up on the forum soon, so if you ever choose your race and you don't know what your race magic does, it'll be there.
Most importantly, capture. That's cool.
Oh yeah, there's the ones with capture, and they can distribute eggs, so they have lots of economy. The next are gnome, which are ground fairies. They use earth-based magic.
A lot of mining stuff.
Yeah, they're heavily on mining. The next is Sylph, which is wind-based magic, because they are the wind
We're also the
fairies.
best.
Oh, also, as you'll see on the spawn, they have different colors. That is their race color. Puka and Katesith, they're pretty darn close. Katesith is yellow, Puka is gold. Sylph is green. They are the wind. Imps are the dark magic fairy race. They have, obviously, dark magic, and their color is purple. Oh, and each, even though we couldn't do it because this is a bucket server, each race has a different style of wings. You could probably just Google the race and you'll find out what their wings look like to help visualize your own
That's why
character.
all of our wing particles are different.
Yeah, that's why all the wing particles are different, because that's the best I can get for you guys. Sorry. Salamanders are the fire-type fairy. They are the strongest race. They are the strongest race when it comes to race-wise. If they're actually that, it all depends on the player. But they're the brutes. They are mega brutes. And they're the fire. No, they're not actual salamanders, that's just the name of the race. The next is the Puka. They are the music fairy. That's about it to them. They're forgotten often. I'm sorry. The next is the Spriggan, which is probably, thanks to the anime, the most popular race.
Probably is.
I can't stress this enough, don't choose it because of the anime. They are illusion-based and they do not have combat spells. If you're curious about the race before you choose, Google Alfheim Online and look at all the races. It really helps. But they are illusion-based, no combat, sorry. I think most of them have combat except for Undyne, which are support. Yeah, that's... Puka have both, I think they have both support and combat, but they're balanced out. And the next and sadly final, Leprechaun, which are the blacksmith fairy. They have several spells like Repair Field, which repairs everyone's armor around them, and
I mean, honestly, having a leprechaun friend is probably the best thing.
Yeah, but just remember, you can't do quests or dungeons unless otherwise stated with them. So make sure if you're joining with a friend, coordinate together to choose the same race. Otherwise, you're not going to be doing much together.
Except for raids.
If the raid says. If your race is unliked by a certain race, like say your friend chose Spriggan, and you're an imp. Spriggan and imp are not well liked against. They don't like each other. I don't like Spriggans much. They can suck.
So what's up, Sylph and imps?
Yeah, well, later. So if the races don't like each other, and the leader prevents it, you can't live with them, because whatever your leader says is law for you. You just can't overrule laws stated by the Fairy King, which is currently Karanai. Alright, we've explained races. Let's show them the world tree. Like I said, this is blocked off until every race has a leader. I think the only races that don't have a leader are Undyne, Gnome, Spriggan, because their leader just fell.
I don't think Katesith does.
There's a lot of withers.
Katesith does, but they haven't been active.
Withers.
Let's see. Undyne. There's only 4 of them, I think. 5 now. No, let's see. Undyne, Gnome, Puka, Spriggan.
Salamander?
Oh, and Salamander. Okay, yeah. Those are the 5 races that don't have leaders, and that means the world tree is enclosed until... But, okay, Salamander are about to have a race leader because someone's on the 3rd floor of the world tree, and they just need to complete that. And 2 people... One person's working for Undyne to get the Undyne leader, and nobody's working towards Spriggan just yet because they just got fired. The world tree. Okay, many people do this, and it's probably one of the most aggravating things ever. Yes, you can fly to the top of the world tree. It's a tree. I couldn't go above 256. This isn't even at 100, I believe. It's hard to build a massive tree, guys. Come on. But yeah, you can fly to the top. Great, congratulations. Nobody cares. What you have to do in order to do it, there's a staircase above. You could fly or use the staircase. Once you reach the top of that and get to the top of the tree via the inside, then you get teleported to the Fairy King Castle. Actually, you'll get teleported up here to this orb, and then you can teleport to the Fairy King Palace. And there, the first race to get a meeting with the Fairy King will become an elf. And you race before. It is a multi-race raid, but the first race to make it to the Fairy King is the one that becomes the elf. So remember that when you run with other people. And it's designed to be for multiple races at once. Nobody can solo it. This isn't the anime. You're nothing special.
Snap.
Yeah, it's the truth. I hate when people say they want to take on the World Tree because they think you can solo it. It was designed for a party of a lot, not just one.
A lot.
Also, side note, because I've seen it spoke of in the chat, if you're an elf through donation, you cannot try to become the elf leader. It's not how it works.
Oh, yeah. You can donate to become elf if you want to be an elf, because elves have their own race magic, and they're pretty darn cool. And, you know, if you want to just not do it via World Tree, that's fine. Just get an elf. But elves can do with anything with anyone, but you can't become their leader, or you can't run the World Tree either. In order to become the elf leader, the leader of the race that beats the World Tree is the one that becomes the leader. So, apologize to anyone who becomes elf. You can't become their leader. But leaders are a big responsibility because you have to be active once a day, at least once a day. You have to be on it once a day. Sorry if you can't do that. Don't take the leadership role. Let's see, what else do I need to show them? I think I described most of the stuff.
I think you're good. Just, if we missed anything, check out the website. Website will always be updated, so.
Yeah, if we miss anything, or you have questions about something, there's a forum, general discussion, ask questions. Visit there. There's usually information posted daily about the server. Look down in the description below. You can find stuff out. I encourage people that join, go exploring, get stronger. Take about a week of nothing but training before you actually go do dungeons. Because every time someone joins, the first thing they say is, this is too strong, weaken it, blah blah blah. No, it's not. You're just not strong enough yet. Become stronger. It will be better. Everything is balanced. Trust me.
And get some good armor.
Yes. People have run in there with
And
chainmail.
leather.
Most annoying thing. And leather. Don't do that. It was designed for people with diamond armor or stuff. Heck, even one dude, I saw him beat the boss, he was wearing iron armor and a diamond helmet, so it isn't that strong. It's the beginner dungeon. It's supposed to be a little strong for new people. Just don't do it just yet. Train a little. There are raids that require you have to be extra strong. Oh, one little tip of advice. When you're battling an epic boss and not an NPC boss like you'll see in the World Tree, don't use RPG armor. RPG armor, for some reason, whatever it is, just does not work against bosses, and it makes it seem like normal armor. So just get regular old prop armor. It actually helps a lot. RPG items, swords, and armor is allowed in PvP. Go crazy. Be as strong as you want. There's no stopping you.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's
For now.
about it. Yeah, for now, there will be more videos posted. Probably more just running videos, like running of the dungeons, maybe updated tutorials on how to do certain things, and things like that. Yeah. Check down in the description for more information for links and the IP address. And other than that, have a good day.
Peace.